everybody, welcome back to the coolest podcast in the world. It's Max here with my friend Parker.
Hello, hello.
And then we have Tristan Osher joining us as a guest today again.
Hey guys. It's good to have you back, Tristan. We lost your last audio.
Yeah, seriously. And today we're going to talk about the some very controversial opinions in music right now. We have a few lined up. So you want to kick us off with that, Parker?
Right. Some of them are extremely controversial. Some of them are just pretty unpopular opinions. First one I have is Flower Boy was better overall as a whole album than Damn.
I agree with that topic.
I think I probably would.
I want to say I see that. Like, I like Flower Boy better, but like, they're just both like...
They are really different projects.
Yeah, they're both really good and very different.
I would say I'm very biased because I'm way bigger of a Tyler, the Creator fan than a Kendrick Lamar fan. So, I mean, I've listened to Damn, obviously, but it's just like, for some reason, I liked Flower Boy better.
Yeah.
I think it's just because I'm more familiar with the style of Tyler. Not saying that Damn wasn't a good album. It was a great album.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little biased on this one.
Yeah, I
agree.
I liked Flower Boy better, I think. But like, all credit to Kendrick. Like,
Great album,
still an incredible album.
If we want to keep riding this Tyler train, we got Cherry Bomb is Tyler's second best album behind Flower Boy.
Don't agree with that.
What do you think is?
Wolf, for sure.
Wolf.
I'd probably say Wolf too.
And I personally like Wolf better than Flower Boy. But if I had to put it in the top, I don't think Cherry Bomb would be the second.
I think mine would be Flower Boy, Wolf, Cherry Bomb.
I like the crazy Tyler and everything, but like, I just think I like Cherry Bomb a little bit better. Like, just because
Cherry Bomb is really experimental. And
he's
crazy.
still like pretty crazy, but like, he's not as out there as he is on like Wolf.
And I like Two Seer. That's probably one of my favorite Tyler songs.
Yeah.
Nice Mac DeMarco reference in it.
If anything, I just feel like Cherry Bomb's closer to like the style of Flower Boy than Wolf is, just because of how opposite Wolf and
a lot
Flower
more
Boy.
experimental for rap, I'd say.
Yeah, so just I like Cherry Bomb a little bit better, but like, if you like the like crazy Tyler, then I see how you like Wolf
I do
better.
still like Tyler's Odd Future Days though.
Yeah, like his Demo 23 and like
pretty much like
Yonkers.
Oldie's an incredible song. I just liked Odd Future. Earl was really good and Frank obviously, but they are long gone.
R.I.P.
All right, this is a good one. Travis Scott has stopped trying. He has embraced generic trap and he is not coming back. Rodeo was a fluke.
Max, you want to take this one?
I was about to say, do you want me to get started?
Hey, you can start this one off.
So, I do partially agree with the part that says like he's started to embrace like typical trap music, because like Birds, like even though it's a great album all the way through, like I think it's absolutely a trap album. Like it's completely straight through. Like,
I mean, I'd say Rodeo was trap.
Yeah, Rodeo was trap, but it was
like
it was better and more like unique. Like Birds is like the typical trap album.
Yeah,
and then like Hunter Jack.
It's
a Migos album. It's literally like it is a trap album. It is the typical trap album. Like Birds is a little bit more on the unique spectrum than Hunter Jack, but like Full Throttle, like both of those albums are complete trap. And I'm hoping that he switches back to more of his like Rodeo style, like Days Before Rodeo, where he's a little bit more experimental and like he said he tries a little bit harder. And like, I think Astroworld will be better just because of like who I've seen him working with. Like, I've heard that Stevie Wonder might be on there. Like, Tame Impala might be on there. Like, I just feel like it'll be a better all around album. And I'm hoping he does kind of go back into his own thing.
Yeah. This moment, I'd say I have to agree with that statement.
Yeah, I see.
Now, if he goes back, that would be awesome. But I do agree with that
totally
statement
see that.
right now.
Yeah, that's absolutely a sensible statement.
I mean, you look back on like Days Before Rodeo, and those were a lot more experimental and cutting edge, unique.
Well, even though like Metro was on Days Before Rodeo, like he produced
Before
a few
Metro is
songs.
huge though.
Yeah, that was before Metro was huge, and then also Travis executively produced his own stuff. Like he has like he just doesn't like do his own thing anymore.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get back to his more unique like self-producing
Yeah,
stuff.
I hope so.
Because I mean, imagine a song like Drugs You Should Try It being on Birds or something like that.
I do agree with that though, how he's just like lately he's gotten into just being more popular than like doing his own thing, and he's just
it happens to a lot of artists though. They kind of make it and they just settle into a niche that they can fill and ride that out.
Because like he is a great producer and a great rapper, but he's not like unique in any way right now.
I mean, you can look back on bands like Pink Floyd where each album is something new and cutting edge.
Yeah.
Which is different than like what a lot of artists are doing now, where they'll just find their niche that they feel like they'll have a popular album, they'll just stick to that and just for the rest of their career put that stuff out.
It becomes more about money and producing songs that are radio worthy than
the artistry,
making their own unique music that they used to do.
Yeah. I'm hoping Astroworld's a little bit closer to Rodeo.
I am too. Yeah. 2017 was the worst year in music in the last 5 years.
I could totally agree with that.
Worst year in music.
See, when I wrote that down, I was thinking about it, and I was like, I probably agree with that. I mean, I look back.
Yeah, it wasn't a great year.
Even a lot of the artists that did release stuff this year, it's not my favorite album by them.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that.
Because I think, like, Salad Days, I like that more than This Old Dog.
Yeah.
And then there's, like, Tame Impala. I liked all their old albums. I mean, they didn't really release anything big this year.
No. Yeah, I mean, I guess it just wasn't really a big year for music.
I think Migos had their biggest year, that's all.
Yeah, they definitely had their biggest year. I mean, you look back on like rap and trap and stuff like that too. A few years ago, it wasn't as mainstream. Like, like stuff like Slime Season 3.
Yeah. Like Slime Season 2.
Incredible album was a lot more not as just basic trap that you get a lot now.
Yeah.
I mean, his new album I wasn't a huge fan of.
Super Slimy was Future.
His other one. Thugger Girl, something like that.
Oh, yeah. I didn't like that one.
Yeah, so I mean, I just like look back on people that even released music this year, and it's just usually...
Tyler had a good year.
Yeah.
Like with Flower Boy.
That was about it.
Yeah, and then Migos had their big year, but then like besides that, like... I mean, and Migos even
This Old
then...
Dog by Mac.
Yeah,
that was a really good album.
It wasn't one of their greatest.
Yeah, but definitely biggest letdown was rap. The rap.
Rap had a pretty boring year, yeah. It was kind of a year SoundCloud rap.
Yeah, and
That's very true.
Ski Mask, I like Ski Mask, but like Lil Pump, X, like Trippie Redd, I don't like any of them at all.
Peep that was one thing I had on here.
What?
Peep died.
Peep died.
Bad year.
Yeah, terrible year in music.
That was one thing on here is SoundCloud rappers start to fall off when they like get off SoundCloud and become more professionally produced and mastered.
I completely agree with that.
I mean, like you listen to like Lil Uzi vs. The World and Love Is Rage.
Lil Yachty's.
Yeah, Lil
Yachty, Lil Boat was great.
Yeah, and
then Teenage
that,
Emotions, it's just like garbage.
It sounds like every SoundCloud rapper, once they hit mainstream and get professional producing, it's just terrible.
Well, like you said, Uzi, like he was really good on like Lil Uzi vs. The World.
That was a great album.
And then right when like the Perfect Love tape or whatever came out, and then like Love Is Rage 2, like those are garbage compared to the SoundCloud times. And then, like, I know you hate Playboi Carti, but, like, his SoundCloud days...
There are a few good songs.
Like, he has a couple of good songs on SoundCloud.
Is that one of his songs?
Yeah.
I think
and then he came out with his, like, own album titled Playboi Carti, and it's absolute garbage. Yeah. Like, it's not a good album whatsoever.
Magnolia's a banger, but...
Yeah, Magnolia and New Chopper are the only good songs.
All right, I got one for you, Tristan.
Yeah.
Radiohead is the greatest band of the 90s and 2000s.
The greatest band? I don't agree with that. I'm a huge Radiohead, but I don't agree with that personally. I think they might be one of the most influential bands switching from the 90s to the 2000s because of their sound.
Yeah.
Because they switched from...
How you can go from like more, Creep.
Yeah, like more of a rock bass, like guitar-driven...
Grunge type
grunge. Yeah, that kind of... And then switching completely to like experimental, electronica, like just completely different and still making great music with that switch. I think they're one of the only bands that have like successfully changed that sound so well. Do I think they're the greatest band of the 90s? No, I don't. But I definitely think they were very influential on that.
I think I'd
switch.
say they might be the best band of the 2000s, though, for me.
Yeah, for me, I'd say 2000s. 90s, it's hard because you had all the grunge come out of Seattle.
Yeah.
That was just extremely,
Nirvana,
not only impactful on music, but like on just everyday life, like the way people dressed and acted. Like, so yeah, that's kind of my opinion on that. But for 2000s, I would say Radiohead.
Yeah, the only person I would see in 2000s that I think would compete is the White Stripes.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that.
But 90s, I don't know. That's a hard one. Okay. Quavo is the worst Migo.
No. Very popular opinion, Takeoff's the worst Migo. I like Quavo the best. Okay, after Huncho Jack, I'm starting to lean more toward Offset just because Offset has great flow. But like Quavo, like with his hooks and like lyrically, easily the best Migo. I just think Takeoff's voice is so dull and like I can't stand Takeoff. I'm sorry.
I think Takeoff is the best. Offset is the worst.
Okay. I mean, I could totally see like.
I don't think any of them are bad, though.
No, any way you go with that. Like even people who think Takeoff's the best, like anywhere you go, like I could totally see any avenue. But I don't think I could see Quavo being the worst.
Yeah.
That's definitely not true.
Yeah, I just thought it was really good.
Not a huge Migos fan, so I mean, I normally just take the popular opinion of Quavo.
Yeah.
I mean, I've
heard the most from Quavo.
Yeah, he's got like a lot of charisma.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people like him. Chance the Rapper has taken a significant step down from acid rap and is not going to return to where he was.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Acid rap was incredible.
Coloring Book, garbage. That was not a good album.
Personally, I don't think it was a bad album.
I didn't like
compared to acid rap.
Yeah.
Not good, but was it a bad album? No. It had a few good songs.
I didn't like all the gospel. I think that was a little much on some songs, but there are good songs like Summer Friends, No Problem.
I mean, Smoke Break was good.
Like a lot of the gospel was influenced just because they were both like Kanye was working on The Life of Pablo at the same time, and they were kind of working together. But I feel like all the good like gospel got put on Kanye's album.
Yeah,
and,
like the sample on Ultralight Beam is incredible.
Yeah, and then like the kind of like thrown away gospel got put on Coloring Book, and that's why I think I don't like it as much.
Also, Rap's probably the best mixtape in my opinion.
It's at least one of them for sure,
from beginning to end.
I feel like Kanye kind of saw this coming just because like Kanye refused to sign him. Like he didn't want Chance on his label. And like I feel like he saw him not being very successful.
Yeah.
Like he saw acid rap was great, but then because like with people like Travis and Migos, like he saw good mixtapes and then he could see them getting better.
Yeah.
But then like Chance is kind of trashy now. Like,
I mean, I'd be excited for Chance's next album. But I
can't even see it being good.
Yeah, I wouldn't listen to it that much in honesty.
To acid rap.
Yeah, I think he's had his peak, and he's
I'd say he's one of the biggest pop culture figures right now, though.
Yeah,
currently, yes.
Loves him.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like he didn't even release anything this year, and he was maybe the biggest rapper pop culture.
One of them, yes, for sure.
I mean, he was the main headliner at Lollapalooza. The first.
He does do a lot of like charity stuff though, which helps. Man on the Moon 2 is better than Man on the Moon 1.
I disagree.
I also disagree.
I agree.
I like 1 a lot. I like 1 a lot.
Huge fan of Man on the Moon 1. And a huge fan of Man on the Moon 2.
Yeah, I mean, I love Man on the Moon 1.
But I still stick to the fact that I like Man.
So there's singles on 2 that I like a lot, like Erase Me, Mojo So Dope, like Marijuana. They're all great singles, but like overall, Man on the Moon 1 is a better album, I would say.
I also agree with that, because my favorite Kid Cudi song is Mr. Rager, which is off of Man on the Moon 2.
Yeah, like Man on the Moon 2 has great songs and it's a great album, but just overall, Man on the Moon 1 I think goes better.
One thing about Man on the Moon 2 is I think it's a lot darker. One, because it like introduces drug addiction as a way bigger problem for him.
Yeah, and you start. I mean, you still get a little bit of Kid Cudi's like entry into talking about depression on Man on the Moon 1, but you really start getting into it on Man on the Moon 2.
Yeah, that's like what every track on that is.
Yeah. And you can even tell, like you can tell in the cover art, like you see like his orange and pink and purple and stuff like that next to the moon, and then like him just like
I just
sitting there by the stars.
Record over the weekend for it. And like the inside, it has like kind of like low-key suicidal pictures.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I mean, Kid Cudi didn't like outright get help for depression until I don't even know how many albums later.
I mean, that was like a year ago.
Yeah, it was at the beginning of 2017 that he went into rehab.
I think that's how me really see him unravel.
Or no, it was like summer 2016.
Yeah,
because it was before Birds.
When he released Speeding Bullet to Heaven, that's when you saw it.
Yeah, that's
because he tried to do an experimental album, and a lot of it was just like incomplete. Just songs about depression.
Like a bunch of the same riffs. With just a bunch of distortion and stuff on it. Like Confused is a good song, but you listen to the rest of it and it's just like worse versions of Confused.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm all for like dark music, but some of the lyrics on there are a little much for just like casual listening for me.
Well, that, and it's very real.
Yeah.
It's very real. I mean, because it's how he's actually feeling. And he couldn't even tour that album. And it was widely disliked by fans.
Yeah, the thing is, like, he's super open about his depression, and then, like, you can hear it in the songs directly, so it's just, like, a little bit too much. You know?
I mean, that's one of the things I like about Man on the Moon, too, is how much the depression is more, like, actually vocalized and how much he talks about it a lot more.
Yeah.
And I agree, like, Mr. Rager is probably one of my favorite songs. I like Mojo's So Dope, too.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Ashton Kutcher. And to keep it up on that, Blonde is better than Channel Orange.
Oh no.
Okay, so same thing with the Man on the Moon albums. Like, I think that Channel Orange has better singles. Like, I think there's like Pyramids, like Monks, Bad Religion, like great songs. But like overall, I think together Blonde is a better album. Personally,
I like Channel Orange more, honestly. It's really hard. I mean, they're both incredible
albums. Yeah, they're both great.
They're so good.
What about you, Tristan?
Okay, so I go back and forth frequently, but I've been liking Blonde more than Channel Orange for probably about 6 to 7 months now. For some reason, it just connects more to me. I feel like Channel Orange is amazing, and like it's so hard to like put them like and try to compare them and things like that, because
they're very different.
Yeah,
they're super different.
They're very different albums, but they're both really good in their own ways. But sound wise, I think I'm just recently started liking the sound of Blonde more personally. Whether one has better songs on it than the other, I don't really know, because I see them both as complete albums.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite Frank Ocean song, I can't even come up with it. Like, I can't think of it.
Because they're all so good.
Like, I have too many.
Yeah. One thing I like about Channel Orange is some of the features he has on it, like John Mayer playing guitar
Andre
on
3K.
Pyramids in White, and Andre 3K. Earl on Super Rich Kids. I just think Channel Orange sounds more I don't know the word for it, like natural, just like some guy just making music that he likes with his friends.
I do agree with that.
Yeah, Blonde sounds a little bit more futuristic. Like he does use auto-tune on like Feature or Free, and like he just sounds more like produced. I totally see that.
One thing on your new record player, Tristan, that how you can change the pitch to the songs, and I want to hear Nikes. I mean,
I did change it, slow it down, change the pitch of Nike's with his so it sounds like his real voice. And honestly, I like it better.
Really?
That. I mean, I love Nike's the way it is, but it's much more like, I don't know, it's much more like touching when you're just like listening to his voice. Like seeing him perform it live, I don't know if you've seen any videos of him performing it live, but I think it sounds way better just with his natural voice on it, personally. But
thank you for joining us again today. This is the coolest podcast in the world. Don't forget it. And thanks for joining us, Tristan.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.